Every Sunday evening, the Williams family gathered around the big oak dining table. It was a tradition started by Grandpa Joe. Family first, always, he used to say. There was always laughter, occasional debates about politics or hockey, and a whole lot of mashed potatoes. But this Sunday felt different. The chair at the head of the table sat empty. Grandpa Joe had passed away 2 weeks earlier, and no one dared to sit in his spot. Emily, the youngest in the family at 11, broke the silence. "Why don't we talk about Grandpa tonight?" There was a pause. Then Dad nodded. "All right," he said gently. "Let's do that." One by one, they started sharing stories. Aunt Liz remembered how Grandpa secretly slipped her candy when she got grounded. Uncle Mike laughed about how Grandpa used to shout at the TV during football games like the players could hear him. Even Quiet Mum shared how Grandpa once drove through a snowstorm just to bring her soup when she was sick in college. Emily listened, wide-eyed. Then she stood up, holding a small photo album. "I made this," she said, "for everyone to write their favorite memory in, so we don't forget." There was silence, and then clapping. That was when Grandma Rose, sitting at the far end of the table, slowly stood up. Her voice trembled. Joe would have loved this. He would have said, "Don't cry because I'm gone, smile because we all had time together. That's what matters." The family nodded, teary-eyed. Then, something beautiful happened. Dad pulled out Grandpa's chair. "Em," he said, looking at his daughter, "I think you should sit here tonight." "Me?" she asked, surprised. "You reminded us what family means," he said, "and that's something Grandpa always wanted us to remember." Emily walked slowly to the chair. She climbed into it, sitting a little straighter, a little taller, like she understood the weight of the moment. That night, they didn't just remember Grandpa. They celebrated him. They laughed, cried, and held hands during grace. And though the chair was no longer physically Grandpa's, his spirit filled the room. From then on, the chair was no longer empty. Every Sunday, a different family member would sit in it, sharing a story, a memory, or a lesson Grandpa had taught them. The tradition lived on, not just through stories or Sunday dinners, but in the way they treated one another, with patience, kindness, and love. Because in the end, Grandpa Joe was right. Family first. Always.